Alfonso, you ready to do this, baby?
I am kid. But never mind.
Oh, man, it's like a slap in the face. It hurts my nuts. It was making a slap in the nuts. I get. See, that's how I get discombobulated. I get. You start talking about Kid Rock. Yeah, we'll do a reaction about that video after we figure out what's going on with copyright shit with YouTube. We'll do a reaction video. But first, we're gonna talk about this whole Ryan Coogler thing. So Ryan Coogler went to Bank of America, where he has an account and has for quite a long time. And he went in there wearing his mask and a hoodie, a bright colored hoodie, but still a hoodie. He's a black man, director of Black Panther and soon to becoming Black Panther 2. And he walked up to the teller and gave her his withdrawal slip with all his information on it and a note asking for discretion when giving him his $12,000 he's asking for from his own account. He submitted his ID. They had him punch in his PIN code, and then the teller said, "Okay, I'll be right with you," and went into the vault and disappeared. Like 10 minutes later, like the cops show up behind him and start the process of arresting him. And he's like, "What the hell?" It turns out the teller thought he was a thief. Now, when you hear this story right off the rip, you're like, "Oh man, just another black man taking it up the butt." And then you watch the video from beginning to end. The teller was black. The cop that pulled out his gun was black. The cops he was talking to outside the bank was black. And it's like, this now becomes a larger discussion that typically would just be in the black community. But as I, a black person, and Alfonso, a man of color of several different, Taino, Puerto Rican, Dominican, what else?
Sicilian.
Sicilian?
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay. And what else? What else you got in there?
Well, because I'm Dominican, it's black, so.
Well, I mean, Dominican.
So that's it. So Puerto Rican.
There's a whole bunch of black Puerto Ricans, too.
Yeah.
So.
Puerto Rican, Taino, Sicilian, Dominican.
Tainos are from Haiti, correct?
Incorrect. Tainos were the Native Americans on most of those islands. So all the Caribbean islands, you would find Taino Indians. But very large, most large population was Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico.
Okay.
And Cuba, too.
And Cuban?
Yeah, Cuba, too.
Okay, cool. So when you see that, you look at the whole situation entirely different. Like when they were taking Ryan Coogler out of there, one of the tellers, maybe even the same one, I don't remember, she's like, "Good job, guys."
And she was black.
Yes, she was. Like Ryan Coogler, and from everything that I've determined from this, Ryan Coogler went to an area where there is a black Bank of America,
yes.
which means
Atlanta.
He was in. Yeah, it's not just Atlanta. He was in a part of Atlanta where it was definitely some black folks around. Yeah. Because, like, they will hire white folks. Like in Detroit, all the businesses you want to go to, entirely white. All the businesses you nervous to walk into, entirely black. And that's Detroit, okay? So, like, if they're in Atlanta, and there's black folks everywhere in Atlanta, like, the fact that it was almost an entirely black populated bank leads you to believe that this area was an area of black middle class or black middle to upper class or black upper class excellence. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And they did that to the guy who directed Black Panther. So the question becomes, how much of this is police culture? How much of this is affluence culture? How much of this is, like, you just got so many questions. So here's my question to you, Alfonso. When you saw it was all black folks, what was your first reaction?
I was just like, what is happening? First reaction when I read the thing, I was like, oh, here we go.
Yep.
Black guy in a bank. Of course, he's a bad guy.
Of course.
But then when I saw literally everyone in the video was black, I was like, oh, no. That just made it way worse for me personally.
Me too, man.
Like if it just been a bunch of white people, I would have been like, oh, par for the course.
Yep.
But like it was all black people. I was like, no. And then it said Atlanta. I was like, no.
Yes.
And then I watched the video. For me, like the most entertaining part about that video was like how Ryan Coogler, like he's at the teller and he's clearly, being proper or whatever, right?
Yes.
And then the moment that like he starts talking to the black cops, he turns it on real quick, and he's like,
he gets that code switch.
He gets that code switch
with black people. He was like, "Hello, man." I'm like,
yes, exactly.
And when he was outside, he's like, "How did y'all not understand? Why did no one speak to me? Why did no one bring
not
this
even
up
that
to me?"
while they're putting in his handcuffs, he's like, "Yeah, y'all gonna find out because this is not gonna turn out real good for you at all."
Oh, I missed that part. Man, I just remember the cop was behind him and grabbed his weapon.
Yeah,
and I was
pulled it out.
What training is there in any book that says when you encounter a criminal, you immediately draw your weapon? Like, literally, he's standing behind the guy who may be claiming to rob the bank. The first thing you do is, like, you arrest the dude. You have your partner come. Look, I work security, okay? That's nowhere near being a cop, okay? I never carried a weapon. I carried a mini flashlight, but, like, I didn't use that as a weapon. You could have. It's basically a roll of quarters with a light. So it's like, I could have, but that was very frowned upon. Well, I'm not going to finish that thought because there's a whole bunch of things I can't say about that situation. But what I do remember is when we knew somebody had to go, me and my partner got up behind them while they're doing their thing at the show, because this is a DTE at the time, now Pine Knob. And we each get behind them. And when the head nod comes down, grab an arm. You immediately grab the arm and you grab around the elbow and you subdue the wrist with your other hand. That way, they can go nowhere. They can't do anything. You control their entire body. Yep. And so the idea that this cop was immediately going to pull his weapon on a man he did not know whether he was armed or not, on a situation where clearly it was all funky from the get-go, like, it's like, even in black people, middle class areas or upper class areas, the cops be dumb as hell. That was just like, when that cop pulled his gun out of his holster, I was like, bruh.
Yeah, like right off the rip, like immediately.
Yes, like as soon as he knew they was gonna arrest him, he was standing behind Ryan Coogler. He pulled his gun. I was like, see, and this is why we need police reform, because even the black cops is acting up. Like, even when the black cops can't do stuff right. So,
yeah,
everything about this situation just kind of makes your balls twist a little,
Oh, dude, but this is so bad for those cops, like for like that department now
and that bank.
It's so bad for
Bank of America has apologized to him.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, we're not talking about that branch. Bank of America, like a white guy with like Adam Smith the Seventh.
Dude, I could just.
I would like to formally apologize to Ryan Coogler, the director of Black Panther.
All I can think about, like, I just have this, like, because I think in comedy in my head, so I just have this picture of the phone going off to, like, the PR person at Bank of America. Hello, this is public relations for Bank of America. How can I help you? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh. That's all I can think. That's and then like the fucking like SVU theme song just starts to play, bang, 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 and then starting to dial phone numbers.
Yep. Next scene, clone.
Yep.
Ryan Coogler outside with the black cops. I was just trying to get some understanding in this situation.
So, how many zeros in this? Like,
yeah,
what
man.
Are we settling at?
Yeah, man.
How many zeros? Everybody
in that branch is about to get some sensitivity training. Because it's like, look, okay, if they give you their ID and a fully filled out withdrawal slip, they are a customer. They are not a potential thief when they hand you a note. And it's like, and Ryan Coogler did the note thing because the last time he was there was like 100, 200, 300. Woo! Mr. Coogler, this is a lot of money.
$12,000 in cash. You see this, Johnny? Wow. Hey, Shannon, he was trying $12,000. Famous guy right over here, big Mr. Character.
Can I get a selfie with the guy who directed Black Panther, who currently has $12,000 with him? Like, can we do that? Hold the money up. It's like we in the club. Yeah, everything about this situation.
Hey, call your cousin that one Crip guy, Sharon out there real quick. Call the Crips and the Bloods real quick. We all cool with this.
Nah, man.
That's right. He's just like, listen, bro, I don't want anybody to know I'm just trying this kind of money. That's why I write the note, which makes total sense.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. You just want her, all he wanted her to be like 100, 200, 300, 400. Not like 6,001, 6,002, 6,003. Wipe the sweat off my brow. 6,004, 6,000. Where are we at? I think I have to start over. Like that's all he wanted. And that's what guy. He went to the black bank and thought, like, if I just follow protocol, yes, I'm safe. Oh my God.
Yeah, poor guy, dude. I feel
and
it's
I
just
feel
like,
sorry for everybody in that bank.
No,
now everybody in their family is like, you arrested Black Panther?
Yeah, like
you. Wait a second. He gave you his ID and you arrested Black Panther? Like, that's where it's gonna go. That's what the family is. That's what the family is gonna be telling these people on social media. They already. She's like, you congratulated the police for arresting Black Panther? I saw the video on Twitter. My cousin showed me. My sister showed me. My uncle showed me. It's like it's just everybody. Dude, everybody in that situation lost.
Oh, dude. And then when you hear the phone call, it's even more like he's just acting, I don't know, just weird. And it's like, there's a lot of weird people out there. You shouldn't just call the cops on them because they're weird. You know, like, yes. Have you ever been to any job? There's one weird person at your job always.
Yes.
Weird is a plethora of things, right?
Yes.
You know, there's people who are weird with their cubicles. They're just not weird people.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
But you step by their cubicle, you're like, oh, all right.
Yeah, but the thing about weird people, they don't give you their identifying information.
Yeah.
Like, while they're accessing their account, which your computer tells you has the funds that their account is supposed to have. Like, oh, man. It's just a bummer for everybody. Mm-hmm. It's just a bummer. I don't even want to talk about it no more. We have a Patreon. Give us $2. We'll give you a shout out. And check out our podcast, Beats and Beatdowns. You can find it wherever podcasts are available to be downloaded. Alfonso is a band. You can find him on Instagram, Facebook. And he's got a show coming up on the 26th. No, it's on the 26th of April.
No, we have a couple shows. We have a show on April 9th. We'll have a show March 19th next week. It's Hear This Fest. And it's Eva Under Fire and a bunch of other bigger bands.
Okay.
And then April 23rd, we do our annual Night Under Covers, where every band plays as a cover band. We have Freak on a Leash playing as Korn, Heartsick as Bury Your Dead, Son of Sila as Bullet for My Valentine, members from Heartsick, Of Virtue, and Assume Nothing and Freak on a Leash are doing a Seven Dust cover set. We're called The Enemy. And we have a band.
What about Deftones?
No, we're not doing Deftones.
You're not doing Deftones?
We always change it.
Okay.
So we've done Deftones, we've done System of a Down, we've done Weezer, we've done Silverchair, we've done Poison the Well, and this year we're doing Bury Your Dead. So.
Okay, this will be interesting. Yeah. All right. So check out details on their socials. Yeah, thanks for checking us out.